Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Drill Dozer for the Game Boy Advance. In the first video, we played through the first level of the game, which served as a tutorial of sorts, and now we get to go to other places. I might as well go ahead and mention this menu first. We have 4 things that we can select from. There's the map option, which lets us choose a mission area, which means we get to pick levels there. There's equipment, which lets us see what equipment we have. I believe you can also look at your equipment at any time during the game as well, but you can also do it here. There's the treasures menu, which lets you see the treasures that you picked up during the game. I'll explain more about that along the way. And of course, you can save your game right here, just in case. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go to the map, and there are 2 places where we can go. There's Area 1, the Sculptor Factory. We've already played Area 1-1. That was a tutorial level that we played in the last video, which was also the first video. And there's the Red Dozer's training course. As much as I would like to play Area 1-2 at the moment, I would like to check out the Red Dozer's training course, because there's a lot of things here. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of things, but definitely a couple things that will get you up and running for the more advanced stuff of the game. And you can always come back here if you need to get a brush up on anything that you need to know how to do later in the game. But it is worth checking out now because of what you can get at the end of this. And the training course is a snail house. We've seen that image before during the little tutorial parts of Area 1-1. That's what we were looking at the whole time. We were looking at the exterior of the training course house, which is kind of interesting. I wasn't really sure what I was looking at, but now we know what we're looking at. So let's go ahead and go to the Red Dozer's training course. And let's do some things. This place feels familiar, doesn't it? You played here back when you were just a baby. This place is packed with strange gadgets, so it's a great place to practice. Come back here anytime you want to brush up on your skills. And that we will. Well, it looks like we have our first, or rather our second gear already. But what are these blocks? Well, we're about to find out as soon as we get out of the second gear animation. Turns out, these are time blocks. Doug left a note here. Even if you break time blocks, they will come back after a while. Try drilling through several blocks at a time, which is actually worth doing. Also, third gear. Anyway, drilling through multiple blocks at once can get you places. Also, the dark blocks, the dark time blocks, have more health than the light ones. They still come back, they just take a lot more to go through, and you're better off going through them with the third gear. And this is what Doug had in mind when he told you to go through multiples of these blocks at once, because you can do some crazy stuff while you're here. And you can get to places you couldn't normally go to unless your skills with the drill are solid. Also, I explored down there in case of the odd. Yeah, I'm better off just breaking that and then trying again. Okay. Let's get better at shifting up, shall we? Better. And once you're at the third gear and you've got the drill running at maximum power, it's much easier to go through the darker time blocks. Also, Now that we're in the next section, we have these areas where we can drill through in order to go through them. If it's red, you have to use the R button. If it's blue, you have to use L. Doug left a note here. Try keeping your drill in third gear and run along these drill ducts. You can even hop across gaps in the drill ducts. So, whenever you see a chalkboard, you can read it to see what you just dealt with. Also, much like with the time blocks, you definitely want to keep your drill at max power. That way you can get through these drill ducts super easily. Also, you don't have to worry about pressing a button to jump through the gaps. Just keep holding the drill button, you'll just go through the gaps. And now, drill gates. By drilling through the drill gates, you can open them up, and you can get someplace, maybe, and probably make it so that you can go in another direction soon afterwards. Of course, once you drill a drill gate, it will return to its original position after a couple seconds. Spin your drill to screw gates into I cannot say English right now to save my life. Spin your drill into screw gates to raise them. If your drill won't spin, try spinning it the other way. Go through the gate quickly before it falls back down. So in case one shoulder button doesn't work, use the other one. And yeah, either get through in time, or get through in time and then use the other screw to get somewhere, if necessary. We had to wait to get past that one. Alright. We got that going on. Now for this one, we're going to have to drill this screw. Then we need to get to the top and wait. Yeah, sometimes you will have to use the other screw to get to another area. Like so. And now for something a little interesting. There's a missing puzzle piece here, and there's also a big block with a fish on it in our way. If you jump up the ladder, you'll find a jigsaw piece on a table. The game tells you to press B to take it. Go ahead and press B to take it. And then we can walk over to the picture where the missing jigsaw piece is. Press B, and we'll place the missing jigsaw puzzle piece in the center. And now we have a picture of a dead fish. We can also continue. Now, how are we supposed to get over here? Well, simple. We drill into this block with one shoulder button, and then while holding that one shoulder button, we press the other. By doing that, we can do a bit of a wall jump with what the game calls a rubber block. The more powerful you are, the higher the gear you're in. When you're drilling and you press the other button, the further back you'll jump. So you can do the most basic of wall jumps with first gear, but you can go quite a ways with the third. And this chalkboard will explain stuff. You can't break rubber blocks. Try drilling and switching directions. The higher the gear you're in, the farther you can jump. Good to know. And you will have to make some pretty interesting wall jumps in this game. And for this one, we will have to go all the way to third gear, because that's the only way we're going to clear that gap. And now we're going to do multiple wall jumps with the rubber blocks. So for this, you have to press and hold one shoulder button, then press the other and immediately switch directions. This takes practice, and this is a good way to practice this, believe it or not. I made that look a lot easier than it actually is. I held R, then I pressed L after a second, and then I immediately had to press the opposite direction on the D-pad. So, one shoulder button, press and hold, press the other shoulder button, and then immediately switch directions with the D-pad. And then you have to be ready to drill again when you're in the air. And that seems simple. We've already done the socket lift before, but socket lifts will carry you only as long as your drill is spinning. It'll turn around if you bump into something like a wall. So, thankfully, while you're drilling, you can switch to the direction that you're in with the D-pad. Of course, you're going to have to remember to shift up whenever you need to. But you can switch directions on a horizontal socket lift such as these. And I'm doing wall jumps here because I can. And of course I'm switching directions so I don't hit a wall. If I hit a wall, I'm just going to get knocked back down, and that's not much fun for anyone. And now we're going to have to do the rubber block backwards jumps with the socket lifts. Again, that also takes practice. At least I didn't have to change direction in mid-jump this time. And there's a treasure chest here. Way to go, boss! Take this as a prize. Come here anytime you want to work on your skills. And if you walk up to the chest, no B button pressing required, you'll get 150 chips. It's not much, but we will definitely need these later down the line. And once we head further to right, we will clear this area. Don't worry if a lot of this is going over your head or if it's just a bit much to process. You'll be seeing stuff like this later on, and I'm guessing the game will definitely explain stuff along the way. The game's not going to get that hard that quickly, I would think. But now that we have our game saved and we've gone through the little training grounds, and we have 150 more chips that we didn't before, we're a little more ready for what the game has in store for us. And we will be playing Area 1-2 in the next video. So join me then for that. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!